Welcome back. This is Built Mike's Way, and I'm Mike. And today we are preparing a 1,000 horsepower fuel system. This one's probably going to be 1,500, but I'm going to show you a few of the things you need to try to order to get this fuel system right the first time. It is not easy. I've done quite a few fuel systems, and from buying parts to AN fittings, the relays, it is not easy. So we're going to get into that today, and also some of the wiring. Plus, I'm gonna give you some bonus footage of the interior that I have almost finished up, along with where I'm gonna hide the gas filler neck. So if you guys wanna see where I'm gonna hide the gas filler neck, kind of an old school hot rod thing, stick around and you'll find out. Let's get to it. Here we go, just throwing the rear chassis harness in, and then we're going to connect it up to the fuse blocks. This is just so I can route the fuel lines this way and come up the frame rail, which is right here. I didn't want to have to go all the way around over here by the tire and then come down, so just a little bit of a shortcut, save myself a little bit of length on the fuel lines. So we're gonna go ahead and weld this thing up real quick. Okay, that's pretty much done. I fixed my boo-boo, I just gotta sand the other side, not a big deal. So calling that done, we're gonna put some spray paint on it, and then the bed is pretty close to ready to put on. We have our fuel, just about everything for our fuel system. 10 micron filter, our flex fuel from Motion Raceworks. We have our Aeromotive fuel regulator. Got our fuel gauge. We need to start from the back and do plumbing all the way from the fuel tank all the way up to the engine. So we're going to start at the back and work our way forward. Ain't nothing to it but to get to it. There's a lot of fuel lines to make, lots of fittings to put on, so let's get to it. There we go. I don't know if you can see that, but we got the lines, fuel lines running up here, going over this tube, and I got the rest here. So now we're gonna plumb in our flex fuel over in this area, and then I'm gonna put my filter over here. We're gonna do the filter like this, where it just comes up over this tube. The flex fuel, I might try to sneak it right here. I really like it if I can get a rivets in it right there. So all right, if not, I don't know. I think that turned out super well. I got the filter here, my flex on my return, so we know the fuel's correct before it starts switching the computer over. I think it's a really smart way to do it. I don't know if there's an inlet or an outlet on the flex fuel, so I'm gonna have to look at that. Okay, so this line goes underneath and connects one rail to the other. And I was unscrewing it, that's the way I bought it, and as I was unscrewing it, I was like, man, it's a little gummy. Like, they had thread sealant goop on there. And then I get this off, and I notice that's a straight end on this. There's no AN fitting on it. That's like a pipe fitting. I look in here, that one you're probably not gonna be able to see, but that's a regular AN fitting. So this wasn't sealing, so their attempt to fix it was to put pipe dope on it. So this is going to be a fuel leak right out of the get-go. So luckily I'm redoing the fuel system. I'm not redoing it, but I'm doing it for the first time. Oh man, this makes me laugh. Okay, really awesome. They're having leaking problems from this. So they use plumbing putty on both sides, which you shouldn't do. These are O-ring and pressure seals. So I take this one out because I had some extras to put in. I was kind of bummed because I didn't have enough fittings. And I pull out the fitting, and they had the AN side in the fuel rail and this sticking out. It's supposed to be the other way. These guys are freaking idiots. So on the bright side, I got all my fittings. Make sure you know how to do plumbing before you start it. Carpet kits are all about taking your time and getting them in place before you start cutting. The black turned out super well on the truck, so I'm really happy with it. Alright, that kind of wraps up the interior. There's some odds and ends to do, but I'm not gonna bore you with every single one. I'm gonna kind of let the carpet warm up and kind of settle in, take its natural shape, and then we'll trim it and call it good. Yeah, I need to get those painted. Alright, you got it. This is where my filler neck's gonna go. I'm either gonna make it swing this away, which is not the right way. I'm gonna make it swing this away on a hinge. Pop that out. Put some magnets over here so it snaps shut. I may use the hinge from the gas filler door. So something a little different. This is from, like, I think the 55 or 56 Chevy Nomads. There's a few cars from back in the day that had them, but just trying to think outside of the box. All right, that's where we're getting to today. Unfortunately, this is all the fuel line I have. I ran out of number 8. I have plenty of number 6 for the return. I did get the fuel regulator mounted, so it's really starting to look good. The wiring's coming along. I've also started doing a few things on the main harness, but you're gonna have to stick around the next time to see that. And believe me, this thing's gonna run pretty soon. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.